Arguably the biggest surprise team of the 2021 NBA season was the Atlanta Hawks, and they've earned that title mainly from their crazy playoff run. They tore apart an elite Knicks defense in round 1 to blow them away in 5 games, and followed that up with a major upset over the first-seeded Philadelphia 76ers. They then followed that up with a 6-game chase of the Milwaukee Bucks, and all in all, earned the respect of many fans around the league. However, after some big off-seasons from fellow Eastern Conference sides like the Miami Heat and Chicago Bulls, a lot of people have been forgetting about the Atlanta Hawks, it seems, and their legitimacy as a contender in the Eastern Conference. So, in today's video, I'll be going over the Hawks roster for 2022, how they stack up against the other contenders out east, and overall why I believe you shouldn't be sleeping on them going into this upcoming season. Before we start, if you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe. For more NBA content like this, I'm trying to reach 18,000 subscribers, so all support would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, with that being said, let's talk about the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks are one of the most exciting young teams in the league, and a large reason behind that is because of their superstar guard, Trae Young. Young plays with incredible tenacity, and his crafty offensive game makes him one heck of a player to watch. This past postseason, Trae has proven he's a legitimate superstar in the league with a brilliant playoff run where he averaged borderline 29 points and 10 assists per game. It was unbelievable. He's shown he's not an empty stats player, and when provided with a solid enough supporting cast, he's able to be a #1 option in the playoffs and lead his team to success. If Atlanta is to have any major success next season, it's coming off the back of Trae. That is very clear. However, as I did mention briefly, Atlanta and Trae Young were able to improve so much last season and become a dominant playoff side because of the supporting cast around Trae. Those pieces allowed him to thrive, and throughout this offseason, the Hawks have retained the majority of those pieces that gave them that success. One is Clint Capella, whose combination with Trae in the pick and roll became damn near unstoppable throughout multiple rounds last season. Capella had a huge impact in the playoffs in 2021, averaging 10 and 11 boards in 31 minutes per game, and as a Rockets fan, it's just great to see him succeed. He was also instrumental defensively, playing a great rim protector role that shut down Philadelphia's offense. If he's able to continue this form into 2022, the Hawks are going to be an elite level side yet again. Capella's defense and offense that he provides is critical to their success, and I think we'll continue to see his underrated impact in this upcoming season. Another key player in this Hawks core is Bogdan Bogdanovic. After sustaining a semi-serious injury towards the end of the postseason run, The Athletic published an article the other day quoting that Bogdanovic is healthy and ready to go for next season, which is amazing for Atlanta. Bogdan's shooting was brilliant last season and made him such a dangerous weapon for the Hawks to use, as he averaged 16.4 points per game, 47% shooting from the field, nearly 44% shooting from 3, and over 90% shooting from the free throw line. He was a true dead-eye shooter. That shooting and spacing that Bogdanovic will provide will continue to be crucial next season, as he allows for Trae to have the space he needs to succeed, while also diversifying the Hawks' offense enough to make them unpredictable for defenses. Another guy important to diversifying the Hawks' offense is John Collins, who, after being speculated as being a trade piece for the Hawks, ended up re-signing with them this past off-season after he stepped up in the Hawks' surprisingly deep playoff run. Collins' athleticism makes him deadly as a pick-and-roll combo piece with Trae Young, and his ability to space the floor also increases his value offensively. He shot nearly 40% from 3 this past postseason and regular season. Though Collins had a down year in 2021, at least compared to his 2020 season where he averaged 21 points and 8 rebounds a game, I still think bringing him back was the right thing to do for Atlanta, and he should remain as a core element of this side moving forward, because truly, what he can provide offensively on his best nights can make or break Atlanta's legitimacy as a title contender. The final few players I want to talk about today are the more exciting prospect young talents on this team, those being DeAndre Hunter, Onyeka Okongwu, and recent draftee Sharife Cooper. DeAndre Hunter is a brilliant perimeter defender, and before his season-ending injury, he was instrumental in clamping down the star players of the Hawks' opposition in the opening couple rounds of the playoffs. His impact goes severely underrated, and ensuring that he's healthy next season, he will be a real X-factor for them, and a player that's going to give Atlanta an enormous advantage defensively, which is something they do need pretty badly. Okongwu is also a great defender, and though he's still pretty raw and young and needs some more development, his defensive potential that he has shown is great, and something that the Hawks can look forward to during next season. With the 48th pick in the draft, the Hawks got a steal in Sharife Cooper. Cooper was expected to be a first rounder, but strangely fell all the way down to the bottom of the draft at pick 48, where Atlanta scooped him up, and overall, I really like his addition. Cooper is an entertaining player with flashy scoring and ball handling abilities. He's also a talented passer, and at just 6'1", many consider him to be the pure point guard of the draft class. Cooper will be able to learn a lot behind Trae, and though he may not get a ton of minutes initially, especially with questions around his defense, Cooper can certainly develop into a serviceable player down the track and going into the 2022 NBA playoffs. So those are all the players I want to talk about today for the Atlanta Hawks. But how good is Atlanta actually? Can they have a repeat of their 2021 playoff run? Firstly, I want to make it clear that the playoff run Atlanta made was not a fluke. Yes, it was unexpected, but the reason why Atlanta got so far was because of their talent and system. I think discrediting their run just because it was unexpected is unfair. The Hawks are a really good side, and they proved that to everyone this past postseason through their amazing coaching and obviously the superstar players like Trae Young. Right now though, going into next season, I'd realistically say that the Hawks are at worst the 6th best team in the East, and at best, I think you could put them at 3rd. I'd confidently place Brooklyn and Milwaukee above them right now, and I'd give Miami and Philadelphia a slight edge, but I would admit that it is rather tight there. Philly's situation right now is looking very poor, so they could take a hit and become far more beatable than last season. And hey, we saw Atlanta's capability to beat them already, and Miami, whilst they have improved on paper, we obviously haven't seen them play together yet. So I won't jump to conclusions and say they're miles better than Atlanta just yet, because who knows at this point. On a similar level to Atlanta, I have Boston, with the Knicks and Bulls also up there, but honestly, I'd probably have the Hawks above those three currently. The East is going to be extremely competitive next season, so it's a bit hard to predict. But I for sure wouldn't forget about Atlanta in the hunt for a home court playoff seed, or even a top 3 seed next season. They definitely have a chance to continue to shock people in 2022. But overall, these are my thoughts on the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are coming off a crazy 2021 season where they shocked a lot of fans and proved to everyone their legitimacy as a contender out east. While I understand the hype behind a lot of other contenders out east, like Miami, Brooklyn, and of course Milwaukee, I just can't see why the Hawks don't belong in that conversation. Right now, they may not seem like the best team in the East, and I'm certainly not trying to suggest that they'll be the best team in that conference, but I feel like after the year they had, they do deserve some credit. The Hawks just had a run of a lifetime, beating a genuine contender, an elite defense, and almost toppling the eventual champs. They deserve some respect on their name, and it's why I've made this video today. While the roster from last season hasn't changed all that much, it's not like the quality declined either, so I truly think that the Hawks are a genuine shot of doing something special similar to last season. With Trae Young continuing to improve and becoming a serious superstar in the league today, and the supporting cast around him damn near perfect at this point, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the Hawks are back in the title race next season. And it's why I thoroughly believe you'd regret sleeping on this team come 2022. And that will conclude the video. What do you guys think of this? How good are the Atlanta Hawks to you? How far can they go next season? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.